Tua is saying that he's 100% right now and could play today if he had to. Is all of this coming out of the Tua camp just so they can stir up a little bit more interest for draft night? I don't think he leaves the top 5. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen to Tua. I've always been in the camp that he's going to end up with the Miami Dolphins and back up Ryan Fitzpatrick. But now everybody's saying the Dolphins are potentially in a play to get another quarterback, Joe Burrow, because they have what? How many picks inside? 6 picks inside the top
72.
72. So they have a lot of draft capital where they could potentially move up to the number 1 overall pick and take Joe Burrow. Tua is going to be somebody that teams want. Tua is a guy that with this COVID-19 quarantine, with GMs and scouts not being able to see him and get their doctors on him, could potentially be a victim of the current circumstance and interest from NFL teams. Now, I think that is why he's releasing videos. I think that's why he and Trent Dilfer, who are working their asses off, are putting out the narrative like, hey, I'm ready to go right now if I had to. I know that your doctors can't see me. I know that your coaches and scouts can't watch me work out. Here's some videos. Here's an interview on SportsCenter. I can do it all. I'm ready to go. And let's not forget that I was one of the most accurate passers in the history of college football. Let's put this thing in slow motion. I like what Tua's doing. I like what Cam Newton's doing. I like these guys who are trying to control their own narrative as opposed to it getting regulated for them by others. This is a wild time, obviously. I think Tua ends up in the top 5 picks, and I think what he's doing is good for us.
I find it fascinating that teams potentially willing to risk a top 5 pick on Tua with his injury history, but won't sign Cam Newton because of his injury history.
Well, Cam Newton will cost $20 million or so. This one, now since CBA, it's slotted. I don't think it's $20 million the first year. I don't think first year top 5 people are getting $20 million the first year. I don't know what their salary is. There's no way they're making more than $20 million next year, though. And also, you don't know how many days Cam Newton has. Now you're getting a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old who's going to be born and bred in your system. Everything he does in the NFL is with your coaches, with your strength staff, with your trainers, with your equipment room. That's the difference between bringing in Cam Newton, who's already established himself somewhere else, and bringing in Tua from Alabama. The only other professional organization he's been a part of is Alabama. Now you bring him up through your system. You think that would be a little bit better, and you don't have to pay him as much. I would assume you're right.
To your point, the top 5 basically gets anywhere from $35 to $30 million total contract with $25 to $20 million guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to having to pay somebody that in year 1. So that's a little bit of a difference.